Welcome to the Executive's View, the sports podcast where the stakes are high and the debates are fierce. Please welcome your host, Aaron Sirius Simmons, alongside co-host Barry DeVille Jordan. Each week, we bring you into the boardroom where the elite minds of sports converge. From the gridiron strategies to the business behind the ball, we tackle the hard-hitting questions and give you an insider's perspective. So pull up a chair and join us at the table where champions are made and legends are born. This is the Executive's View. Let's get down to business.
Welcome to the Executive View. I'm your host, Aaron Sirius Simmons, and we are the view from on top, man. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with the executives, and I do appreciate that. You guys know I don't do this by myself, but before I get crack-a-lacking, I wanted to bring my man in the building, Barry DeVille Jordan. What's going on, my guy? How we doing this evening, sir?
Villain, I'm feeling good. My Knicks are playing right now. We hot. Bing bong. Let's go, baby. Ring that bell. Let's go. Feel me with no hands in here, people. Feel me with no hands.
The Knicks are doing big things right now. However, there's a long game left, my man. It's a long game left. So we'll see what happens, man. Chandler, CK's in the building. What's going on, CK? How we doing this evening, sir?
Well, I'm all right. I'm just, I wish I had a picture that made my skin look all blemish free, like an airbrush like Barry does, but whatever.
Whatever. Don't be jealous.
Let me give him my.
You see Clyde in the background, Chandler. You see Clyde Walt Frazier in the background.
Let me give him my designer.
Stop. I'll send this to you. I'll send you this picture. Sports Illustrated. Frank Sports Illustrated. Go back to the finals against Jerry West.
I'm done with you. I'm so done with this, man. Larry's in the building. What's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
Yo, man, look, he is looking like he had a makeup artist come in before the show and, touch him up a little bit, look, and I was over here debating, man. I was like, look, I'm going to go back to my hat. My Astros not doing too good. There's no NFL. Rockets out of it, so I just went back to my generic L hat. I know since I'm the only hair follicle not challenged person on the show, I started just
hey yo.
But I said, you know what? I don't want to do them like that. I'm gonna let them make it today.
I appreciate it. Yo, man, we got a lot to talk about. Steve being in the moment, man. Definitely looking forward to chopping it up with him when he gets in the building. But I'm not
serious. You know what it is though? I feel like my man from Coming to America is so glow. Like, when he look there,
I know you a fool for that. You's a fool for that. Hey, I'm not gonna waste anybody's time, man. We got a lot to talk about, man. And I wanted to start ironically, but what we talked about in the green room, man. I think it's gonna get busy in the building. The NBA draft combine kicked off, and one Bronny James put on a show, and I kind of wanted to see how you all felt about it. I know Villain felt some type of way, so I'm gonna let him lead off with it. Villain, talk to me, man. Bronny James put on a clinic in his draft combine. Everybody's talking about 4 points, but he did the best that he could, man. Talk to me about how you feel about Bronny James and this NBA draft lottery.
We talking about practice, man. We talking about practice, not the game. We talking about practice. No, listen. He had a good showing, but I mean, like, we're really gonna get gassed off a combine. We don't get that gassed off of the NFL combine, and it's like, yeah, he hit all these shots, but like, dude, you're doing it against nobody in a gym. You know what I'm saying? Like, that I could do that in a gym. I wouldn't hit as many shots, but nobody's guarding you. Like, when you can't even start on your team, on your college team. What are we talking about here? Like, I'm not trying to downgrade the kid, but this whole process is nepotism at its finest. And it's like, what's bothering me is he's not saying anything about it. It's like he's going along for the ride. That's what's bothering me about this whole thing. Like, your daddy is obviously getting you into the league. I'm glad that he was medically cleared after the health issue that he had earlier this season, that he's able to participate and do all that stuff. I'm glad for that. But dude, it's like everybody knows this is nepotism, and you're not coming out saying, "No, I'm here on my own merit. I could play." But no, you're just going along with the ride. You doing what daddy told you to do. That's my problem. Like, oh God. I ain't gonna go. I'm not gonna go super hard. I mean, I could go super hard, but I'm trying to be respectful for the kid.
Right.
But at this point, like, you got to answer your own questions. Serious, like, you're going into the pros. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you need to answer the questions. Answer the question.
Well, here's my thing, and again, I'm gonna throw it around the building here in a minute. You said that people don't get gassed up about what happens in the NFL combine as opposed to the NBA draft combine. I think you were here on this show, and there were other networks that were literally having themselves a meltdown, if you will, when Xavier Worthy ran that fast 40. We were people sitting here having a meltdown a couple years ago, thinking back to when Deion ran out the building. So I don't necessarily agree with your particular take on the fact that, there's not as much buzz about a practice or a combine, if you will. Perhaps, again, correct me if I'm wrong. Again, it's LeBron James' son, so he gets a lot more eyes on him than a normal, again, let's say second round, third round draft pick, if you will. But again, to Larry's point, I'm gonna let him go here in a second. This draft class is really not as star-studded, if you will, as draft class before. So, for him to come out now as opposed to whenever may be a good idea. Before I get to Larry, I've got my man Black Zach in the building. Steve, what's going on, my guy? How we doing this evening, sir?
Sorry, some technical difficulties connecting my headphones, which I'm sure will die at some point during the show tonight. But we in here and we good, fella.
That's what's up, man.
Pay your bill.
If he would listen to my betting advice, he'd be able to pay his damn bill.
Oh, wow. I mean, ChandlerBets.com. ChandlerBets.com.
I'm going to tell y'all, it's like if I have to suddenly leave during the show, it's because then people come to try to take my car. So it's just know that. So you have to pardon me.
You know what? I pray they come after the show. Larry, talk to me, my guy. Talking NBA draft lottery. If you want to parlay that into how the Rockets continually get screwed, so be it. But talk to me, man. How you feel?
I was just a little confused because last week Steve said he was a lifelong Padres fan and he knows no other teams but the Padres. And today is Phillies. I'm just saying, Steve. Steve confusing me.
Look. In West Philadelphia, born and raised, Larry. So it's like
in the sandwich after you.
I mean, seriously. Now he's from West Philadelphia. I mean, first of all, you go to Bayside High. That's the school you go to. I can't hear you.
Yeah, but you know what? This is my thing when it comes to. I'm gonna start out with the Bronny James thing, right?
Yeah.
So, what other player average like 3 points a game in high school and college get this much attention? Last time I checked, even Scottie Pippen's son was, averaging at least like 20 points in college, and he fell all the way to the second round. He was barely out of the league. We see these dudes that are quote unquote groomed by their dads. They've been, getting NBA level coaching their whole life and they flame out. So I'm like, why is there so much attention on Bronny James where, I'll even go there. Bronny James is a privileged NBA bred from birth player where you had these guys who literally been crawling and scratching their way to try to get out of a bad situation or a poverty or something like that, who are going under the radar, and he may actually take a draft slot from one of these guys who really truly deserved it and really truly needs it. And I don't see the the skill level matching the production. And Aaron hit on it. We all people got wild looking at Xavier Worthy, but we seen a lot of track guys who have speed who can't produce in the NFL too. And I just don't see the hype warning the production that you get from Bronny. Even on he was like the 4th best player even on his high school team. And it's not hate. Like I say, I wish him all the best, especially after the heart condition he had, but I just don't feel like is the hype is warranted. I could see, like I said, if he was, I don't know, Kobe Bryant Jr. and he's putting up 60 points a game in high school or something like that, but he's not at that level to where I even seen a meme today where people were saying Atlanta might take him number 1 and clear out some cap space to get LeBron. That would be a travesty if that guy goes number 1 over all the other deserving players that's out there. Now, when it comes to this draft lottery, me, I'm like, man, what happened, man? Did somebody at the Rockets like sleep with somebody at the league office, his wife or something, or did they like kick somebody's dog or something? Something happened. There's no way in the world the Hawks. Everybody who's tanked or came close to tank has won a lottery except for the Rockets. Everyone. Even now, that's not even their pick. That's the Nets pick. And even with that pick, it's like, dang, y'all still can't give us not even one. Even in a low draft class, still can't even just give us one. One. But we'll take it. But like I say, I'm just not on this whole Bronny James hype trade. He shot like 2 for 6 or something, or 2 for 8, and scored 4 points in practice. And they're like, oh yeah, he's looking good. And I'm like, since when did 4 points look good? All right, I'm gonna kick it over to Steve now. You got it, Steve. I'm done with that.
Y'all killing me, right?
I'm done with that, man. I'm done with that.
Hey, talk to me, Chandler. How you feel, man? I mean, the draft lottery fell the way it did with the Hawks getting the number 1 pick, the Blazers getting 14. Bronny James showed well at the combine. Again, there have been talks. Again, I think I seen the same meme or the same article where the Hawks may clear out some cat room and move Trae Young to draft Bronny with the insurance that LeBron is coming. I've also seen a bunch of other different scenarios that the Spurs and the Hawks and even the Wizards, who got the number 2 pick, may make some moves. But Chandler, talk to me, man. How you feel, man? What's going on, man?
We spend our whole lives talking about how people who don't look like us and who have privilege take advantage of that privilege. Right? And how we never get to have that opportunity. And then when we finally get the opportunity, we want to complain about it. How many black athletes, how many black personalities, how many black people have had the opportunity LeBron James' son has right now? How many buildings at colleges across this country have names on them, and their kids and the grandkids and great-grandkids and great-great-great-grandkids, and those names are going to those colleges for free. For free. And we never get to do that. And now we have an opportunity to do it. And we're the ones complaining. Bronny James ain't got to apologize for shit. He ain't got to talk about nothing about this all me. You know what, bro? Ride that fucking train. Get in on that nepotism. And then you nepotize somebody and let them nepotize somebody and let them nepotize somebody. It's our turn to get in on that. It's our turn to have our kids and grandkids and uncles and nieces and mama nims up in the building. It's our turn now. So let him do that. And Rich Paul, put your name on a building on some college campus and get all your peeps up in there. Right? I don't give a damn if they all get Fs. They still gonna graduate like the people that don't look like us do. And then go into corporate America and get $100,000 jobs straight out of college that they don't deserve. Guess what? We need some of them too.
Hey, Chandler, I'm all for the nepotism. I'm all for the nepotism, but this is the thing, Chandler.
So now we have an opportunity to take advantage of the system, and we're the ones complaining.
I'm not complaining.
No, it's not complaining, Chandler.
Yes.
Honestly, I feel what you're saying, but two wrongs don't make it right, brother. Come on.
Hey, but Chandler, I'm gonna say this. Chandler, I'm gonna say this.
I mean, don't make it right. Don't make it right.
I'm gonna say this,
like,
Chandler.
He don't deserve to be in the league right now. He doesn't.
No,
He's taking his spot away from another black man.
Did Doug Gottlieb deserve to get that head coaching job he just got?
Who?
Did JJ Redick deserve to get the head coaching job? Did JJ Redick deserve to get the number one announcer slot he got? When Mark Jones been at ESPN for 20 damn years. Okay? Hubie Brown took years to get the number one slot. JJ Redick walked in 3 days damn later because he was white and sounds like this and talks like this is what I meant to do. Okay? He about to get a head coaching job. Does he deserve it?
Is he going to get a head coaching job, though?
Yeah, he's going to be the head coach. Does he deserve it? He does not. Does Doug Gottlieb
but
deserve to be a coach?
what does it mean to be the Lakers head coach right now?
Does Tim Hasselbeck deserve to be a high school football coach, and all he's ever done is sit up there and denigrate black quarterbacks on ESPN? That's all he's ever done. And he's going to be a head coach for high school, teaching young minds. Miss me with what somebody don't deserve. When I watch people who don't deserve shit every day get things, I want to see somebody look like me that don't deserve nothing get something. Go ahead, Bronny James. Ride that train.
So Chandler, I'm gonna say this. Like I said, it's not that nobody's saying about the nepotism, about the hate, but look at Shedeur. Shedeur is the number one rated quarterback. He's been in the same position that Bronny's been in because his daddy is Deion, but he proves it on the field. Yeah, Bronny has not proven anything.
I don't care.
Then that's the problem.
Here's the thing, though. If Shedeur Sanders could have came out his freshman year and not have to wait the 3 years in the NFL, he would have. Now, again, I see both sides of the coin. Has Bronny James put up the numbers or looked the part to be drafted into the league? No. He averaged 4 points a game on a subpar USC team. However, when it came time to check that box, hey, my name is James, I'm going to come in this league and do something. Again, I agree with Chandler on this point. It's our turn. It's our turn. Now, if he goes in the league and stinks up the joint, so be it. But to counter your point, Barry, how many of our other people, other races have taken the opportunity away from some less deserving?
No, I've seen it all the time. I've seen it at my former places of employment. But it doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't matter if we're now they got 100. Now we got the 1. So what? It doesn't make it right. Like, the kid does not deserve to be in the NBA right now. He does not. I don't. And it's not a random job like at McDonald's or someplace or some office building. You're talking about one of not how many spots are there? How many spots are there in the NBA? And this kid does not deserve to be there. He's barely a second-round pick. He hits a couple threes in a combine, and we're talking about him deserving to be there.
No, we're not talking about him deserving to be there. We're talking about him taking advantage of the opportunity. Giannis Antetokounmpo's brother is in the league right now and has been in the league. Why?
And he doesn't deserve it either. I don't care if I'm my brother's keeper. He doesn't deserve to be in the league either.
Because his brother paid for him.
No, his brother says, "Hey, you want me on this team? You gotta sign my brother.
You gotta sign my brother."
Facts.
Facts. Again,
like he didn't even take. What was it? What was the shoe deal that he didn't take because his brother didn't get a shoe deal?
Adidas or something like that?
Right? Yeah, Adidas. Right. I mean, that's facts. I mean,
hey, so I'll put out this, and this is the reason why I have the criticism I have for Bronny, because Chandler, I'm gonna resonate something with you. What about these players, we're gonna say non-white players that have went to school for 4 years, bust their ass, actually prove themselves in college, and now they'll go undrafted because you got somebody who's taking a chance on Bronny James.
Because they want
that's not fair. That's not fair for those 4-year players.
You know what?
I'm just saying, but that's not fair for them.
Engineering. You know how many Fortune 500 companies I worked for where I was the only black face there? You know how many engineers I've worked with who should not have even been in the jobs I was in?
But that's not
How
fair.
many people I
It's
work
a-
for because their father or their uncle or their brother-in-law
And I totally agree
got a
with you.
job?
I agree with
totally
you,
agree
Chandler. I
with
feel
you. I
you,
totally
but
agree
does
with
it
you.
make
Guess
it
what?
right?
Life is unfair. Deal
Does
with
it make it right?
But we've
Is it-
seen
I
it
mean-
over and over again where they pass up on these 10-year, 4-year players, taking a chance on these unproven first-year players. And meanwhile, you got somebody who's a proven commodity, a proven player, 4-year player in college who will go undrafted, and
How
Bronny
many
James is
foreign
taking
players
their draft
get
spot.
drafted and flame out? You know how many foreign players are
A
getting
lot.
drafted now?
A lot.
Okay, and most of them don't make it.
So
Nobody's
this-
complaining about that.
Here's the funny thing that we are failing to understand. Okay, being LeBron James's son opened a door for Bronny James to go into the league and do whatever. It's up to him to put in the work. We can't be upset that the door is there, and that's the thing that I think we're all missing here. Like the fact that LeBron James is who he is paved the way for his son. The fact that Deion is who he is paved the way for his son, and these other basketball and NFL greats that have kids now playing the same sport, they have paved the way. But once they get there, it's up to them to show and prove that they belong, or they get bounced out too.
Nah, man,
Nah,
I can't co-sign that because
Nah.
you're talking about Shedeur Sanders. He is clearly going to be one of the top, if not the top pick in the NFL. We're not talking about him getting drafted in the 6th or 7th round because his daddy is Deion Sanders. We're talking about Shedeur Sanders. I'm sorry. I'm watching the game. We're talking about Shedeur being a top player on his own merit. And his dad is Deion Sanders. Bronny James would not, if his name wasn't Bronny James, he would not be talked about in the draft. But because his daddy is LeBron James, he's pushed into the draft.
No,
and I understand
right.
what you're saying, Chandler. That turnarounds, but this is a door that's not open to everybody.
It's not.
It's not.
And that's the thing that we're getting at. That door is not open to everybody. It's open to him. What he does with it is on him.
But Barry, this is the thing.
You automatically get a CEO job fresh out of college.
Let me ask you a question.
That's the equivalent. No, that's the equivalent. You
Let me ask you a
automatically
question,
come
though.
out
Let
of
me ask you a
college,
question, though,
you
Barry.
get a CEO job, and then it's up to you to prove that you can be a CEO.
And we
Let me
see
ask
that
you.
all the time.
Hold. I'm a car where you live, Barry. You have kids, right?
Yeah, I got 3 of them.
You got 3 kids,
God
right?
bless them.
God bless your 3 kids, all the little Jordans. When you pass on, are you gonna leave an inheritance for your kids?
Hell no, I'm leaving debt.
Okay, whatever the case may be. My point is this: when you pass on, when the good Lord takes you home, you're gonna leave something behind for your kids.
Of course,
it's
of
the
course.
same situation. When LeBron James's career is done, he left something for his child to then pick up and do whatever the heck he wants to do with it. It's on the child.
He's not going away. He's still alive. Like, dude, like
And
I said, that's like coming out of college and getting a CEO job fresh out of college, and then they say to you, "Hey, prove that you can be a CEO fresh out of college." And I'll keep you in this job. That does not happen.
That happens
anywhere.
today.
Ford.
That happens all day.
Ford.
No,
The last name Ford
no,
mean
but
anything to you?
what I'm talking
Ford
about
mean
is
anything to
coming
you?
out of college
Yes.
and getting to the top of the cream.
Yes.
Like the
Does
cream
it mean
happens
Ford?
every day.
top.
They didn't have
That
the
happens
name
every
Ford mean
day.
anything to you? How many people named Ford at the Ford Motor Company got jobs, rates out of school, VP jobs?
Are they running Ford? Are they running Ford? Chad? Are they running Ford?
Yes.
They're on the board. They're running the damn company. Hold on a second.
Stephen Jones is going to run the Cowboys, bro. What the
Before
hell
we
you
even-
know running a football team?
Hang on.
We're running away. We're running away.
Hold on, because I want Steve to get on this. Hold on one second.
I got the thought.
I worked at WWE for 6 years. Okay, so I know that business, right? Stephanie McMahon and Shane McMahon are the kids of Vince McMahon, right? They still had to cut their teeth at the bottom to get to the position near the top. They didn't come in because
screwing all the employees.
All right,
Come on,
all right,
son.
okay,
Don't
all right,
use Vince
all
McMahon.
right,
Don't
all
use him.
okay.
Don't use
Wait,
him.
I just gotta say this one final
All right,
thing.
now-
This is the part that I didn't like about it, because not only has Bronny not proven himself, but because now LeBron put it out there, I want to play with my son.
Yes.
I'm going to stay in the league long enough to play with my son. So now you got these teams who are willing to take a chance on an unproven player just because they have the possibility of getting his dad.
So how many more black athletes will now do that when they get the opportunity?
So how many of these ones that don't have a rich, famous daddy are not getting an opportunity because
That's life, bro. That's life.
And also, here's the thing. And Steve, I'm gonna come to you in a minute. Here's the thing. You know, we cannot be upset that an African American man is afforded opportunity. We also cannot be holding the hands of those who might get an opportunity. It's all about what you do with the chance. If you can ball, then we'll find you. If it's just that LeBron James and Bronny had the fast track to the league. Steve, talk to me, man. We've been
I'm gonna just say this: if Kenny Lofton Jr.'s daddy was in the NBA, he would be in the NBA. That dude could put up 15, 20 points a game, but he relegated to the D League because he plays in the post and he plays a real game. And he's LeBron James.
Again, basically, Steve, talk to me, my guy.
Okay, so first off, yeah, I'll address the several things that y'all talked about. So yeah, because I had a lot of time to listen. So I see both sides of this, but here's the thing. Here's my whole thing. It's like, you know, Carmelo Anthony, who is one of LeBron James's, you know, contemporaries. His son is really good, and his son is like legit good at basketball. And yeah, his dad is Carmelo Anthony, so that's gonna put him in places and give him opportunities that he wouldn't get if his last name was, you know, Jones. You know, but because he's Kyron, you know, Anthony, and who his dad is, he's going to get opportunities, and I'm all for it. But to y'all point, you know, on the other side of things, it's like, yeah, you would love for him to, like, before it's Bronny, like, kind of earn his keep, so to speak. You know, and, you know, Barry, before Chandler started yelling at you about the sins of their father, you know, of course, me being a big wrestling fan, I know, yeah, Stephanie and Shane had to get it out the mud, so to speak. You know, now they didn't. Now, of course, their McMahon is the family business, but knowing who their father is, yeah, he wasn't just going to hand anything to him because nothing got handed to Vince. So they had to earn it. So they had to work their way up. And the last name helped them eventually. It might have fast tracked them a little bit, but they had to put the work in. You know.
Right.
So again, Shedeur Sanders is like, yeah, his dad is Deion Sanders. His dad is the coach, but he's not gonna have to wait long to hear his name called next year in the draft. You know, because he's a legit good prospect. With Bronny, I stayed up late and watched some of these USC games, and yeah, if his last name was Williams, this kid would still be he wouldn't even probably be a USC. Let's keep it a buck.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it is what it is. He's Bronny James. His brother is probably better than him. You know what I'm saying? We keep it at 100. You know, it's like, yeah, it's just his brother's probably going to end up being a better basketball player than him.
Yep.
You know, and his brother don't even really like basketball like that. But it's like, you know, Bryce just do it because, like, hey, it's fun. I'm you know, something I'm good at. You know, Bronny the one who really seemed to want this, and Bryce is just like whatever. But I feel like, and I'll be totally honest, it's like, you know, it happens. You know, it's one of those things in life where it's like, because he's Bronny James, he's going to get the opportunities that he otherwise wouldn't. You know, I would now in a year or two, when we're talking about Carmelo Anthony's kid, it's going to be like, well, you know what, this kid actually is good. He actually can cook. He's actually probably end up going to go to Syracuse or whatever like that. And like, for everything I've seen from him early, and he's still young, he has a skill set. He has skills that I've never seen Bronny display. You know, I talked last week about, like, you know, there aren't any more Bruce Bowens. It's like Bronny could be that, and I don't see anything wrong with it. I just don't think he's going to be, you know, as good as his dad. His dad is, however you feel about LeBron, his dad is a generational talent. Like, there will never be a guy like LeBron James. He is one of one, you know, and to think that his son will come in and do that, no. I mean, look at Jordan's kids. Jordan's kids couldn't even, and I've been there before, the trophy room down in Orlando. Jordan's kids couldn't even run the shoe store. You know, because they couldn't play. They couldn't play in the league. Neither one of them. They played at UCF, but they couldn't even run the damn shoe store. And you talk about being born on third base. Michael Jordan is your dad. You got carte blanche to do whatever you want. And they and you rather, you know, one of them rather, you know, pal around with his dad's ex teammate's old lady, you know. But you know, that's you know, that's a different topic for a different show. But I feel like, and I told somebody this a couple weeks ago, I feel like it is what it is, and we have to deal with it. And it's like, look, man, it's like the kid, you don't pick your parents, you know. He just LeBron James happens to be his dad, you know, and that's just that's a thing where it is what it is. It's like he's gonna probably take a roster spot from a more deserving, you know, prospect. Yeah, I mean, but again, it's like if that prospect is good, you know, and I hate to say it, but he'll find his way to the NBA. Like let's you know, prospect X that is getting his spot taken away by Bronny James. When Bronny plays 3 years in the league, flames out, and realizes, hey, LeBron James is my dad. I don't got to do this. I can do whatever. Then maybe something that'll open up that spot for somebody who maybe got it took it from him. So it's like the whole thing with this is like, I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, I named a couple examples of sports nepotism right there. You know, it's just like, you know, Rick Barry. You know, Brent Barry can actually hoop a little bit. His dad's one of the best to ever pick up a basketball. But he can play a little bit. So I'm all for the nepotism, but I mean, you got to earn your keep.
Look, I'll give you one.
Yeah.
I'll give you one. Hold on, bro. I'll give you one. Jackson Holiday. You guys are baseball fans. All we heard about Jackson Holiday is the second coming of Jesus, right? Because of his father, Matt Holiday. Jackson Holiday, probably, I seen him play. He's a 4A player. Okay? Yeah, he was rated the #1 prospect in all of baseball, right? Had people screaming for them to bring him up. Brought him up and saw he was overmatched. They said like that. They're going to bring him up again. He's going to get umpteen opportunities with the Baltimore Orioles. He's going to get umpteen opportunities in baseball because of his last name. This is why I don't have a problem with what's happening with Bronny James. It's because I see this all the time, and I'm tired of seeing it with people that don't look like us. I'm not saying you wrong, Barry. I'm saying I don't care.
And you know, and the thing is, Chandler, I was going into my WWE mode because I seen it, right? When I worked there was a kid that came through and was there solely got a shot because of his daddy. His name's Randy Orton, okay? Because his dad Bob Orton, right?
I remember him, yeah.
You know, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson got his shot at the big time. Didn't have to pay his dues in the lower levels.
Right?
Yeah, Rocky Rocky Johnson and his grandfather.
Yeah, the High Chief was his grandfather.
The High Chief, right? So you know, Dusty Rhodes had his kids. You know, they didn't have to cut their teeth too long. You know, it happens, man. Charlotte Flair didn't have to cut her teeth too long because of her father. You know what I'm saying? Like, wrestling, you know, it's generational talent, and a lot of these guys get shots because, hey, I know your dad. You know, we used to, you know, that's how it goes. Like, you know, Rey Mysterio's son, Dominic, just cut his teeth. His dad. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. He does. So I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. I worked there. I know. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, nobody could tell me Randy Orton wasn't good. The Rock wasn't good. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't deserve to be there. The only problem I have with Bronny is he wouldn't be there at all if it wasn't for his dad. Like, Randy would be there. It just would take him a little longer. The Rock would be there. It would take him a little longer. Bronny, if you strip the name away, he would have no business there. That's the only problem I have with it. Yeah, nepotism goes hand in hand everywhere we go. In sports, in the real world, everywhere. Like, it happens. I get it. And Chandler, you're not wrong. And I understand what you're saying. Like, people look like us. I get it. Listen, you know, power to the people. Yeah, but like, Bronny don't deserve to be there. That's the only thing. Like, he doesn't deserve to be there at all. A lot of these guys I mentioned deserve to be there. They would be there. You know what I mean? They just would take a longer road, but they would be there.
Yeah,
So
but we talking
that's
about a
the only
second
problem.
round pick. If you're a second
No,
round pick,
they're talking about taking him in the first.
He wouldn't be a second round pick.
nobody's picking him in. Hey, listen, if
They're
somebody
talking
picks him in the first round, that general man deserves to be fired. But he probably won't because he's
But you
related
know
to
what's going to
somebody
happen,
else.
but Chandler? We're going to be sitting here outside of the lottery. I think Sirius brought up the graphic of those lottery teams, the bouncing balls. You're going to see somebody in that back half of that first round that's going to take them.
Yeah,
It's going to happen.
Yo,
And then we're going to be on this show that Tuesday or whenever we do a show, and I'm going to be going ballistic because we all know that he wouldn't be drafted in the first round if it wasn't for his daddy. And it is what it is. Like, listen, I hope he goes to the league. I hope he proves that he belongs there. But if he don't,
look, I'll go even further. We just watched the NFL draft. Jerry Rice's son went in like what, the 7th round, 6th round. Jerry freaking
his
Rice's son.
Yeah.
But Jerry Rice ain't still playing and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna stick around to play with my son." He would have went in the 3rd or something. And he
probably could though. He probably could play.
Hey, he could. Hey, and if you're really watching it, T.O. could still play, and T.O.'s son was undrafted free agent.
Listen now.
Hey, T.O.
We're not doing that. T.O.
Hey, T.O. is real. T.O. said he always ready to play.
Just went to some college, didn't he?
Yeah, but his son actually had some good seasons, and these are proven commodity players. They have famous daddies, but they fail because their dad isn't sticking around saying, "Oh, I want to play with my son."
But that's what it is, though. I mean, Randy Moss' son got drafted, and honestly, he should have got drafted. No, I think he went undrafted. Randy Moss' son shouldn't have been in the NFL. He was in the NFL simply because his last name was Moss, and his father was on ESPN every Sunday. Thad Moss wasn't that good. He was a good college player and was barely a fringe NFL player. Okay, so and that's what I'm saying. If Jerry Rice, well, I can't believe my son fell. Well, Jerry, you should have been going on all these talk shows, okay before the draft, talking how good your son was. We watched Jim Harbaugh get J.J. McCarthy drafted in the first damn round, and he ain't even related to him. Okay,
see, this is where I kind of differ at that, man, because I don't mind. Okay, you LeBron's son, and you get a 4-year ride to some prestigious university that took away from some deserving kid when your daddy could have paid for it. Now I kind of, I'll kind of, veer away from there. But I'm kind of like with Barry. You strip away the name. Was he even like a highly touted high school player? He wasn't even the best player on his high school team. You strip away the name.
But that's what happens, bro.
But you look at, and I'm with Steve. Hey, Carmelo's son, that dude coming, and he want it. And even with the name, it's just look at Scottie Pippen's son. He was a 2nd round pick. This dude was a proven college player. Like that's the only point that I have with LeBron. People are hyping him up, and teams are willing to take a chance on him because they want to get him on a team. They get the dad.
Right. See, my problem, and I said this a few years ago, Barry, we was talking about this. Matter of fact, me and Sirius got in an argument about it. When LeBron was talking about he wanted to play with his son, and I said that was wrong. This is the part of it for me that's wrong. I don't think Bronny James wants to play basketball. I really don't. I think he's doing this because his father wants him to. If Bronny James had his way, I think he would still be at USC. So the person I'm going to blame here is LeBron, not the team. I'm blaming LeBron because I remember, serious, we had the conversation when he said it, and I said, you're doing your son a disservice because you're forcing him into something that you want versus something that maybe he don't want.
Yeah.
Bronny James has never looked like he enjoys the game of basketball. He's never looked like he enjoys the game of basketball, but he's LeBron James.
That passion, right? That passion.
Yeah. Right? He doesn't look. He doesn't look like he enjoys it. But he's LeBron James Jr. He's supposed to play basketball. Right. That's the part of it, Barry, where I would agree with you that the part that's wrong for me. I don't think Bronny James even wants to do this. I think he just wants to be a college kid and just chart his own path. And unfortunately, he's not being allowed to.
Well, he even said that, the pressure of being, son of LeBron James can be a lot sometimes. So, I mean, I'm sure it's weighing on him. Like he said it.
Honestly, let's keep it a whole buck. That's what it is. So, bringing this full circle and then we'll pivot into something else.
Yeah.
The fact that his last name is James and not, Johnson. has paved the way for him. And again, you got to live up to that. Like I was sitting here listening, when Steve was talking, Michael Jordan's kids, they tried it, didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of other, there's also other father-son combos that, tried it, didn't work out. We got a couple of them in the NFL now. They're going to try it. Let's see if it works out. So, again, just because you're awarded the opportunity, you still got to go in there, put in the work, get in the film, get in the weight room, get your shots up, this, that, and the third. But I can't fault the guy for this opportunity. With that being said, right now, the New York Knicks are finding a way to choke this game away as per usual.
Marvin Harrison Jr. was the number one overrated prospect coming out of the draft.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with it. We'll see what he does. I mean, and again, that brother can ball. But again, Jerry Rice's son, the lineage is right there, and he didn't even get drafted.
Yeah. He did. He went in the sixth.
He went in the sixth round. Okay, he went in the sixth. I thought he was an undrafted free agent.
No, Frank Gore's son didn't get drafted.
And Frank Gore's son, he was really proven college.
Then he landed with the Bills.
Yeah.
Anywho, With that being said, gentlemen, the NFL is the league that never sleeps. We got the season upon us. We got a bunch of stuff getting ready to drop as far as the scheduling. And one of the scheduled games that got leaked was this week 1 matchup, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Baltimore Ravens on Thursday, September 5th. Football's here. I wanted to see other 3 games. We also know that the New York Jets are opening up on Monday Night Football against Larry's San Francisco 49ers. We also are aware that the Green Bay Packers are playing the Philadelphia Eagles. There's a lot of leak stuff that's supposed to come out tomorrow, but football is here, man. Do you think that the script writers, if you will, got it right with scheduling this one week 1, or do you think they should have pushed this one back? Chandler, I'll come at you, my guy.
I think week 1 should have been the doubleheader should be Steelers, Broncos, and I do like Chiefs Ravens. But yeah, I would rather see Steelers Broncos because I'm petty like that.
I want that so bad, though. I ain't gonna hold you. Villain, talk to me, man. NFL is here. We could talk about this game, the Chiefs versus the Ravens, or we can flip it in another NFL scheduling thing that that's about to pop tomorrow, man. Talk to me.
No, I mean, this is the game. I think this is a good game. There's a lot of matchups that you could put against the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, it's got to be the Chiefs Thursday night. They're the defending champs, so that's the format. They get to host the game. They hosted last year against a really good Lions team, and I think that game kind of propelled them to where they were, not too far off from facing them again in the Super Bowl. The Ravens is probably a good matchup just because they were a team that probably should have been in that Super Bowl. Everybody watched it. So, watch them this season. They were the best team at least in the AFC and through the regular season, and they beat the better teams. In the NFC. So they were the team, right? There's a lot, but like I said, there's a lot of good matchups you could pick. I think this is a good one for week 1. Lamar versus that man Patrick Mahomes. I can't discredit that guy. Mm-hmm. He's every time you bet against him, he just he's like it's like God laughs, that guy. So I think it's a good matchup, and it's going to be very intriguing.
Yeah, man. Larry, talk to me, man. We can talk about this one here, or the one that we know from Monday night. Your boys get to take on A-Rod. Talk to me, man.
Look, hey,
A-Rod.
I'm actually kind of liking this Chiefs Ravens matchup. I mean, we don't want to see the Chiefs versus Jaguars or somebody. We don't want to see that on week 1. We want to see a pretty good matchup. Mm-hmm. Especially since we're gonna end up shedding out like $400 trying to watch all the NFL games this season.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Why?
You gotta have 7 streaming apps now to watch all the NFL games. I get it. That
Our
you're
one Reddit account, Larry.
Yeah, right.
Hey, no. I'm not gonna say what you really gotta have. I'll tell you offline, Steve. but yeah, like I said, I'm good with that matchup. I'm the other one. Y'all know where I'm at with that. Hey, 49ers Jets. I mean, I hope that Achilles then healed up real good for AA run. He might be running for his life a little bit. Facing my Niners in one of the best fronts. But yeah, like I say, hopefully we can send them on with that 0-1. Actually, I'm hoping that Lamar starts his season off pretty good too, because he always starts off like so notoriously slow.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see what Lamar is going to do. That's going to be a really good matchup, especially considering both teams made some pretty dramatic changes. The Chiefs, Derrick Henry, that's gonna be a good matchup.
That's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs, not the Chiefs, the Ravens lost a lot of bodies off of that team last year, but they did.
They had reserves. They had a lot of reserve. They had a lot of reserves that played really good last season. So they
they had a good draft.
Surplus.
Yeah, they drafted very well. They drafted very well.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all know Patrick Mahomes Jr. wouldn't be in the NFL if he hadn't played baseball.
And then he pitched for the Mets. Yeah,
Steve, talk to me, my man. You got the week 1 matchup versus the Chiefs and the Ravens. You got some other stuff that's leaked out. Talk to me.
I mean, I'm fine with Chiefs Ravens. It should be a fantastic game. I mean, you have 2 of the best quarterbacks in the league right now going at it first night of the season. That's gonna be crazy. I think the game down in Brazil is gonna be wild just for the scenery of it.
Yeah.
Football game in Brazil, like in one of those big soccer states, it's gonna be crazy. Yeah. I think I'm really excited to see that game as the NFL literally tries to become a global game.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be actually a sight to see. I mean, I would have liked to see Chiefs Texans because you see where, and I'm saying this a little bit because I'm a Texans fan and a little bit because of this. I'm just gonna set the table. We talked about the Lions last year, young team, people didn't know what to expect. They went to Kansas City, beat them. Yeah. And again, I'm a little impartial to this, but it's like, I mean, this Texans team is good. They're young, they're hungry. This could, they could go in there and beat the Chiefs. If it was the first night of the season and catch them, slipping, so to speak. I think that, and then people like CJ Stroud has become a star. People love him. People are looking for him. People are like paying attention to the Houston Texans because of him and what they're doing down there. And I think that would have been a very good game to start the season off with. And Sears and Steelers. I think just Russell Wilson, new team, playing Patrick Mahomes, first night of the season. And then just the Steelers. It's like, it would, the Steelers still get people watching, because they're the Pittsburgh Steelers, So I just think you put the Steelers on TV, people are going to watch it. Just like with the Cowboys and Giants and all those big teams like that, And speaking of the Cowboys and Giants, guys.
Where's that opener at?
Guys, it's just like, that's how football is back. Cowboys, Giants, week 1, be it in AT&T or be it at MetLife, that's how football's back, man. And I'm disappointed in that. But you know what? Ravens Chiefs is going to be a hell of a football game. It should be, and I'm happy with it. There's a couple other ways I would like it to go, but like, I'm more disappointed that we don't get Cowboys, Giants than anything else in week 1, than anything else that's leaked out, because it's just like, no disrespect to the Browns. Well, a little bit of disrespect to the Browns, little bit. But like, man, like Cowboys, Giants, man, that's how football back, baby.
Nah, man. I'm tired of seeing the Cowboys every opening. It's been like over 10 years of that crap, man. I'm tired of
that. You haven't beat them in a while on opening day, have you?
I know. We haven't beat them. Yeah, we haven't beat them in a while, period. So I'm tired of watching them. But no, I like to double click on what Zach said.
But hey, AT&T Stadium can be open for 1 million more years.
Yeah.
Who got that first win in that stadium?
But hey, I got a question. Wouldn't Bears Commanders have been a good game too? Though I just thought about that. Jaden Daniels and
Not prime
and
time. Not on prime time.
Not
You think
prime.
so? You don't think so?
Because you got to remember that first
But
game
I
was on
think that's a
Thursday.
matchup you
Yeah,
would
that
like
first
to
game of the
see.
third is the defending champ, and I just feel like defending champ. I mean, they could have even went with a team in the Chiefs division with the Chargers, with Harbaugh being out there, Justin Herbert. You know,
That's what I was. That's what I was going to double
that's
click
one
on.
that I
would have liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Chargers would have been interesting just for the coach. I think that team is going to be a little down this year, just a little bit. But like I actually do like the Titans, not the Titans, the Texans. I think that would. I think you need to see CJ Stroud a little bit more on prime time.
I think he might. I think he might now.
No, I think you definitely will, but I think it would have been a nice start to see him on prime time again in that game. Like, you know what I mean? Like that would have been nice. So, I agree with Black Zach, but I can't argue with Ravens. I think it's still a good star power, and I think you know what, to Chandler's point, maybe Bears Commanders on Monday night would have been nice. Maybe a Monday night game, like the early game, and then the late game you could have had Jets and 49ers.
I mean, I haven't seen it yet. I mean, the schedule's supposed to come out tomorrow. Last year they only did one Monday night game. They didn't do two.
So they only did one last year. Yeah. But do we know how the ratings did for the doubleheader on Monday night? Because I liked it. I like having the
they did a double on Thursday. They did the double Thursday game last year.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, we was watching on ESPN and on. Yeah, we was watching on ESPN or something like that, and then we had to stream the other game. Yeah, we had.
But that wasn't there. It was the Monday night, right? The game at the same time.
The Jets was Monday night. That was a Monday night game. The Jets.
No,
okay.
but
it was only the one game on Monday. They did the doubleheader on the following Thursday or Thursday.
Yeah.
Or
yes, the following Thursday. Yes. Because the first Thursday is no contact.
Yeah,
you
can't mess with that.
Yeah, okay.
And then we got a game on Friday night. We got a game on Friday night, which is the Green Bay Packers and the Eagles. So I'm not sure if they're going to do a doubleheader. I can't wait to see what the schedule looks like tomorrow.
Well, just so you know, Chandler, the Knicks are up by 20.
Okay, well, when Jalen Brunson leg falls off, just remember what I said.
Yeah, they are.
Chandler, aren't you a Knicks fan? Aren't you a Knicks?
Oh, there's a fight. They fighting right now. They fighting. Defense fighting.
What network?
That was brewing. That was
TNT,
brewing for a while.
TNT. It's on TNT.
Yeah, that's been brewing for a while.
You could see that was
that was coming. That was
right there.
That was coming.
But
anywho,
but yeah, I want to,
because that was dirt. That was a dirty kind of screen that
I wouldn't mind seeing the Cowboys and Giants because I like the Cowboys to win early. I like them to build up that momentum. And it's Monday night, first game of the season.
How you going to say that as a 49er fan? That's so disrespectful.
No, man, because I like to see them get to their very, very high because then if
we them boys style,
that is true. That is true.
It's hilarious. We talked about that. Like it's hilarious. I love the it's like that's what I said. I've said this before and I'll say it again on this show. Cowboys fans are insane because the same stuff happened, but they expect a different result. And it's hilarious every time. Maybe I'm insane too, because I laugh every single
I live for it. I live for it. You already know. Aaron knows. Seriously, no. When the villain gets happy when the Cowboy fans are distraught. You know what I mean? I can't find my cousin. Where's my cousin Rich? My brother, my other cousins. They all I can never find them when they keep falling. When they fall. Oh, I can't find them.
It'll be a week one versus Canberra this year. Yeah, it'd be a week one with the Commanders.
Cowboys going to the NFC Championship game this year.
Okay.
I'm not like I didn't hear that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen,
$20. I win like 10 grand.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chandler forgot to take his medication today.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I believe that. Because Jerry is ready to move on from that. Right? He don't want to pay him.
Mm-hmm.
That gonna have MVP season. Now they're not going to Super Bowl, but they're gonna get the NFC Championship game. It's gonna be a close loss. That's gonna play well. Then he's gonna walk away from Jerry. The Cowboys gonna suck for the next 5 years.
I heard here's the thing. I heard a rumor Now, Barry's going to boo-boo his pants, but I heard a rumor that Dak Prescott and Bill Belichick are tied up the hip. And the one place they want to go are the Giants.
That would be interesting.
I heard that today as I was driving around. And
Yeah.
You left the building.
we done lost feeling, but I heard that Dak Prescott and Bill Belichick are tied at the hip and that they want to land in Big Blue.
Don't you
I
do
can see-
that, Ricky
I
Bobby.
can
Don't
see
you
Belichick
put that evil
doing
on me,
that.
Ricky Bobby. Don't you
I can see
do it.
Belichick doing
Don't
that,
you
bro.
do it.
That makes
What?
sense.
Doing
That makes sense for Belichick.
No, stop.
that
Don't put
makes
that
sense.
energy out.
The Belichick part of that equation makes sense.
Yes, it does.
No.
That
It does.
part
Full
of it
circle.
doesn't make
Full
any
circle.
sense to me.
Yeah, the Giants part. Don't put that evil on me. Listen, to quote,
I
Willie
heard he
Wonka,
wanted to go to New York.
Candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker. Please,
Well,
don't-
who's
please
your
stop
quarterback?
drinking.
Who's your quarterback when you get rid of Daniel Jones? Who's your quarterback?
The
Who's
crickets, the silence is
I don't.
volume.
He's not on the team right now, but he ain't playing for Dallas.
Yeah, he's playing for the Cowboys right now.
Every Cowboys.
Chandler, I hate you.
I,
right
like
now.
I said,
I hate you right
I
now.
just be
I ain't
calling
quarterback
it,
of the
I
You're
heard.
making me. My team is up 22, and you're making me angry. Why
I'm
are you
reporting
doing
what
that?
I heard.
Quarterback
I'm
of the
reporting what I
y'all.
heard.
is playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Who?
That's right. Justin Fields.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I mean, if it
No.
happens, it happens. I'm cool
Who
with that.
took Jordan? Oh no, the Jets took him because they're gonna keep him. Actually, I'm trying
Jordan
to think.
Travis.
Yeah, that's who I wanted the Giants to draft.
That's
Honestly.
who I wanted them to get too, and they did not get him. And oh god, that was painful.
Yeah, how good is Travis when he gets hurt and his team can't even make the playoffs?
Exactly. That's how good that boy is.
That
Yeah.
was tough. That was tough.
Yeah.
That was tough.
That's
Mhm.
like,
He had one-
I don't
he had
mean
one
to
good
nice
player
to a
on
couple
offense.
Seminoles fans, but that's still one that's one
Yeah.
of the most ridiculous things ever because it's like some college football schedule stuff released too.
Yeah,
just, throw that in there real quick. That
And the video games, Preppy, and the video
Let's
game.
go.
Let's go.
Look, people talking about it might cost $150 for the deluxe version. I'm
I
like,
don't care.
I'll pay it.
less. $150. I was willing to pay $200 for it.
Say less.
I
That's
paid
$50
$99.99 for
in my
Diablo
pocket.
4. You think I ain't gonna pay that for freaking EA football, which
I'm
I ain't
paying
played
it.
20 years?
Oh my god, dude! I've
I'm
been
going
waiting
to
for
the
that.
checkout counter with a Kool-Aid grin. Don't play with me.
Dude, I still play the last year's or the year before's version of Madden just so I can build my player and play a couple college games in the playoff. Just for that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Like,
playing with y'all,
please.
man. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
With that being said, more NFL talk, and then we'll get out of here. A little earlier than I got to take care of my babies. Jared Goff got the bag.
Ooh.
Jared Goff secured the bag.
Love
Mhm.
to see it.
Let me keep it a buck, man. I'm not a Jared Goff fan, but talk to me about how you guys feel about this one, man. Like this dude balled out, did what he needed to do, and the Lions reward him. Steve, talk to me, my guy.
We talked a lot earlier about earning your keep and in going and getting it. Jared Goff went and got it.
Yep.
It's just when they first made that trade, it was almost like it was so centered on Stafford going to LA, and it's like, and the Lions get Jared Goff.
It was the afterthought.
Whatever, they get Jared Goff and whatever like that. Man, I got family from Detroit who are Lions fans. Look, they was like, Goff will be here for like that year, and then he'll leave, and then we'll get somebody else and whatever. And he has, put his career on a different trajectory. This is a guy who made it to, albeit lost a Super Bowl. It's like I always feel like the talent was there, You could see it, and it didn't work out in LA. And I mean, of course, like it worked out for the Rams because they ended up, winning the Super Bowl, F them picks and all that jazz, But man, look, I will stand up and applaud anybody getting that bag, okay?
Mhm.
Especially a guy in Jared Goff who,
Unless his name is Bronny James, but we'll talk about that later.
yeah, I mean, Ronnie was born with the bag. Like,
Yeah, the bag in the crib.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? He was born halfway home. He wasn't even born on third base. He was born halfway home.
Right.
You know, he was born running down the third baseline. But
suicide squeeze.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, but Jared Goff, I mean, but see, a bigger issue or the point that I want to like put out there is like Goff getting the bag. He's just the latest in a long line of quarterbacks that are going to get their money. And it's just like, where is this going to stop? You know, it's crazy. You know, it's like running backs got to play for pennies on the dollar. You know, because of like the nature of the position. You know, quarterbacks get all the money. Like I said it in the group chat. When it comes to quarterbacks, money is not real. It's not real. It's just like here's a bunch of money, Kirk Cousins. Here's a bunch of money, Jared Goff. You know, it's just teams will find money for quarterbacks. They always will. You know, and I love the fact that Jared Goff is getting his money, and boys are gonna keep getting their money, and it's gonna get to a point to where the guaranteed money is going to get so insane. It's like where are we at now? 150, 160 guaranteed. It's like you know, I mean, hell, I mean, there's a nasty man who plays for the Browns who got pretty much 200, you know, guaranteed. You know,
Yeah.
but like it's crazy because it's like this. I almost forget that there's a cap in the NFL. When you see the numbers that these guys get, there's still a salary cap in the NFL. And these teams, they always find a way with the quarterback. They will cut 3 or 4 people to make sure quarterbacks get paid, but that's the nature of the business. We talked about that earlier. It's like, it is what it is. It's like quarterbacks will get the money, but again, Jared Goff has earned like what he has done. He's helped usher in a new era of Lions football. Whereas like the Lions aren't also Rams anymore. It's not like, oh, well, they're gonna lose on Thanksgiving. All like the Lions, you know, the same old Lions. The Lions matter now. And Ford Field was jumping, and just like to see that scene last year in the playoffs was fantastic. And like Lions football like matters. And we seen Detroit show out at the draft. And I wish nothing, like I said, I got family there, so I got a little bit of a connection to it. I wish nothing but good things for the Lions. I hope they keep this going. Not at the expense of any of my team, but I hope they keep it going. And it's just, like I said, these quarterback salaries are getting insane because you look at, we seeing these guys now, you see what kind of money is, we say like Shedeur Sanders, we talked about him earlier. What if Shedeur Sanders gets a second contract, what is the money going to look like then? You know,
right?
Like, are these guys who are getting drafted now? Like let's say J.J. McCarthy, we talked about him earlier. Let's say he just turns into Steve Young. What is his second contract gonna look like? No, this money is just gonna get crazier and crazier, and it's just wild to see.
Yeah, man. Talk to me, Larry, man. Jared Goff got the bag, man. That's insane, man. How you feel?
Oh man, so you know what? I fucking love it. I love it. And you know one of the reasons why I love it? I love it because I mean Jared Goff, he's earned it, but I love it for 2 reasons. The first reason is Dak's holding the Cowboys hostage.
There you go.
if Goff, and we all know he felt like he should have won league MVP last year. Dak feels like he's the best quarterback in the league. And if the Cowboys are having a problem with his $60 million that he's holding them hostage and he's untradeable and you can't tag him, if you tag him again, now Jared Goff just set the tag number even higher because the tag is the average of the top 5 quarterbacks. So now that number has went up. So now Dak's holding out, and from what all I've been hearing is he's entrenched. He's not budging. And they can't do anything.
Which further proves my point from a segment ago where Dak Prescott and Bill Belichick.
Well, they're gonna have to absorb that contract. And the thing is that Jerry's gonna be forced. His hand's gonna be forced because you got to pay CD, you got to pay Lamb. Dak's holding you hostage. So I wish Jared Goff would have got more money because now Dak's gonna hold him even more hostage. And yeah, that's ultimately. I'm gonna put it like this: Dak's gonna hold him so hostage. Jerry's gonna have to make a choice. Either I get rid of Dak, pay everybody else, or he's gonna have to make a choice. I'm either keep CD or Michael. Somebody's gonna have to go because I can't pay all 3. Or Ware, or one of them is gonna have to go. Lawrence. Somebody's gonna have to go, and ultimately that hurts their team.
Right.
I'm gonna Chandler. I hope you're paying attention to this because Chandler's the elder statesman on the team. So I know he's gonna resonate on what I'm about to say, and I know Steve is too. Jeff effing Fisher ruined Steve McNair, ruined him.
Yes, he did.
Ruined Vince Young, ruined him.
Yep.
Jared Goff. Oh my God, Jared Goff's trash. He was the number one pick. It wasn't really Jared Goff. It was Steve Fisher.
Yep.
Once Steve Fisher left and they hired McVay, Jared Goff looked nothing like the old Jared Goff. That's why Detroit was even willing to trade for him because he looked nothing like the old Jared Goff. And you have those three quarterbacks that Steve Fisher with his I'm going to run the ball 30 times and I'm going to turn my gunslinger quarterback into a handoff specialist. And he was a detriment to all three of those quarterbacks. People love Steve McNair. Steve McNair probably would have set all kinds of records. Steve McNair probably would have won a Super Bowl if it wasn't for freaking Jeff Fisher. And I ain't taking nothing away from Eddie George, but Eddie George averaging 3 yards a carry and Steve McNair averaging 14 attempts a game. Ain't no way in hell. Steve McNair, you look at Steve McNair in college, Steve McNair was a gunslinger, and Steve McNair could hit every pass. And what did you want this dude to do? Hand the ball off.
Hand the ball off.
Run the ball 40 times a game. I'm not going to draft a receiver. I'm going to draft another O-lineman. I'm going to draft another tight end. I'm going to draft an H-back. So I love Jared Goff getting the ball
and run. Get beat up.
What'd you say, Chandler? But I love you getting the bag.
Hand it off and then run to get beat up on third down.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that Vince Young was the next coming of Steve McNair, but Vince Young, he could have developed into a decent quarterback. When he got to the Eagles in Green Bay, he actually showed some promise there. He was just later in his career, but Steve Fisher basically, I didn't even want that guy. That's what he said. I didn't even want him. And he destroyed that guy's career. He destroyed Steve McNair's career, and he almost destroyed Jared Goff's career.
I mean, look what Jeff Fisher did on Hard Knocks. Remember the Hard Knocks? It's like he had people thinking that he's no good, he's terrible, some of that. It's like you know what? It's like so ever since then, it's like I've been rooting for Jared Goff because Jeff Fisher made him look like he was just the worst player all time on Hard Knocks. And like
I remember that.
That always sold me on Jeff Fisher. I mean, I never was a big Jeff Fisher guy. Good, but like that, I was like, for him to tear down this young player like that, it was just like he didn't get that kid he didn't get that kid a fair shot. He just at all, you just never gave him a fair shot.
Yeah, like I'll go even further, Steve. We was in Houston, man, dude. Steve McNair, they was like, oh my God, he should have been the first pick in the draft. He falls to the Oilers. You have him sit the first year. You didn't even want to play him. You wanted to play Chandler, whatever that dude's name was. It was Chandler something. Yeah, you wanted to play him, and then when you did have him come in the game, he's handing it off like 30 times a game. You never developed Steve McNair into the Air McNair he should have been in the league. You never even. What's the best best receiver he had? Kevin Dyson.
Yeah.
Kevin Dyson. You got Steve freaking McNair, and the best receiver you ever gave him was Kevin Dyson. Come on now. So like I said, that's why I really love him getting the bag because of Jeff Fisher. Now it's a big slap in the face to Jeff Fisher that no, you was wrong. You was wrong.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you got good, Chandler.
No, go ahead, Barry.
No, I mean, listen, from a kid being the number one overall pick and being like we've said it, Chandler, Sirius been on shows with me when I said he was scapegoated into that loss in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. They put the blame on that kid, and it wasn't fair because the play calling in that game was atrocious. And they had every opportunity to win that game, and they didn't do it. And it was not that kid's fault. And to go from that and to go where he wasn't traded to Detroit. Let's be clear. He was a throw-in in Detroit. Yep. Like he was a castaway to Detroit. Get the hell out of here. I want a quarterback I think I can win with. He was scapegoated. And to go from that, he could have easily gone to Detroit, which, by the way, was a terrible team. at that point had no
Mhm.
business, had no future really, and he could have sulked. He could have just played. It really was. He was the guy. Let's get a quarterback in for a year or two until we draft our future quarterback, and then we move on. And he totally changed that team's outlook. They built that program the right way with the coach, with the players, and he deserves every single penny of that contract. Like, there's a lot of guys, especially in the NBA, that get paid before they prove it. He got paid after he proved it. He earned that damn contract.
Yeah.
I can't be nothing but excited and happy for Jared Goff. You know, he absolutely deserves it. The Ryan Gosling lookalike to now he is Detroit. Like he is what it means to be a Detroit Lion, to be a gritty guy that just earned it and just fought and clawed and got every bit of his respect. I can't say enough about him. I'm so happy for that kid. And I'm happy for Detroit because Detroit hasn't had Matt Stafford was a damn good quarterback. Don't get me wrong, but they haven't had a guy that they can really like lean on like that. I mean, like I said, Stafford was a great quarterback for them, but now they got a guy. They got a dude. And I'm happy for him.
Yeah. You know, interesting that, double clicking on what.
You know what? Because.
Go ahead, Channel Talk. Go ahead, baby.
Oh, I was gonna say with Goff, he's Danny White to me. Like Danny White got so much criticism for his career. You look at his career; he had a really good career. He just was with the wrong team because he never got appreciated.
They never built the team around.
Jared Goff will get appreciated for what he's done. Right. He don't have to win a Super Bowl with the Lions. If they just keep playing well, getting NFC Championship games, getting the playoffs, dude, his number's gonna get retired. And you can't say that he didn't maximize his talent. You know, he's gotten every bit out of it. You know, I'm glad he got paid, but part of the reason I'm glad he got paid, dude, you talking about what the money's gonna look like for Shedeur. Yeah. What's the money gonna look like for CJ Stroud? In a few years, 65. The top 5 highest paid quarterbacks will all be black.
65.
65. That's insane.
Think about
it's funny. Larry mentioned the Jeff Fisher effect, and I was fortunate enough to find this graphic. Mm-hmm. It's alarming when you start to sit there and look at the numbers and you have them side by side as a contrast to not just Jared Goff, but the other quarterbacks that was under the tutelage of one Jeff Fisher. Mm-hmm. Again, shout out to Jared Goff. Again, I've never been a Jared Goff fan, but I've never been a Jared Goff hater as well. And again, I'm all for guys overcoming adversity and securing their bag, how they see fit. But these stats are alarming. And the thing that I like about watching these numbers is if you look at each one of these men, that are represented here, they all went on and, one of them has a Super Bowl. The other one has played in NFC Championship, Case Keenum. All 3 men got paid after they left Jeff Fisher. So I'm not going to sit here and, poo-poo on the man or whatever the case may be, but, women lie, men lie, numbers really don't.
I'm a poo-poo on him because I was a big Steve McNair fan, man. I'm a poo-poo on him. Because, and I'll go.
God rest the dead, man.
RIP to Steve McNair. But I'm a poo-poo on Jeff Fisher because it's not even that. It's like Chandler said. How many job opportunities does Jeff Fisher had?
Too many.
Too many unwarranted. And I'm gonna keep it blunt with y'all. I'm a Niners fan. I saw Jared Goff twice a year. Jared Goff look like hot garbage with Steve Fisher. Jared Goff, even though people say that he was a throw-in, he wasn't a throw-in. He actually had a good season the year that they lost the Super Bowl, and he actually had a good season that first year with McVay. He wasn't a quote-unquote throw-in. It was just they wanted a more experienced quarterback, which is what they got from Matthew Stafford, which they ultimately won a championship with him, which it worked out for both parties. But I don't think he was a throw-in. I don't think that Detroit would have taken him if he was garbage. They would have just said, look, give me the draft picks. We don't want him. Y'all, cut him or something. And they would have probably, if they did trade him, they probably would have cut him as soon as they traded for him. But I don't think he was a throw-in. I think that he proved that he was a solid NFL level quarterback. Detroit put the right pieces around him because people forget they have like a top 3 offensive line, so he has time back there to throw. So
and they on everybody, yeah.
They building some good pieces around him, and I'm all for him. I'm all for him getting the bag, and hopefully, this will be the last time we talk about Jeff Fisher.
But you know what? Yeah. If the NFLPA is smart, right, and
which we know they're not,
which they're not, right? Because we've had these conversations. Here's what I would do. Because they can renegotiate in certain parts of the CBA whenever they want, as long as both sides agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Make the quarterback a cap exempt position.
Yeah, I've said that for years.
Now you can pay him whatever you want, but you still have your full salary cap. You can build the rest of the team. So we can stop having this nonsensical conversation about, well, if you pay the quarterback, you can't build the rest of the team. If you know you're going to have to pay the quarterback all of this money, you make it a cap exempt position.
Yeah,
you not just quarterback. You have one cap exempt position. Whatever position you want to make it, because some teams they want to be, maybe they want to be, say, an Aaron Donald, somebody like that, right? There's one position that you say, okay, that position don't count against the cap, right? And it has to be that way for say 3 years. You only get it once every 3 years. Let's say, right? Imagine some of these teams where some of these mediocre teams will go get a quarterback man and get good real fast. I'm just saying.
Yeah, or some of these teams that actually pay their running backs.
Pay the running backs, or use it like a franchise tag instead of do away with the franchise tag. We tear it up and it's like, okay, here's our cap exempt guy. It's like, and then his salary doesn't count toward the cap. I think that's something you could do too.
That's what I've said I've said that for the last couple of years. Serious knows.
But we all know,
you don't. These quarterbacks, their number just keeps going up every year. It keeps going up, and everybody else stays the same. Like I totally agree. Cap exempt. Don't even count against the cap. Like let's be real. You don't have to pick a position. Make it the quarterback because that's the highest paid player on pretty much every team outside of a rookie quarterback.
That's not going to happen because they have the weakest player union there.
Oh my God!
And that's the thing. Like I would love for this to take place, but because it makes logical sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But one thing that we've learned is that the players' union representatives don't make an ounce of sense.
They can't even hold a line. They
got no juice
every time they go on strike. And this is the part about the NFLPA that kind of pisses me off some. So you see what's happening to your running backs. Y'all don't even stand up for them. And it's atrocious that you have 1,000-yard runners who can't even sign a 10-day contract.
Mm-hmm.
You have guys who are literally take the most abuse on the team and the least paid on the team.
Mm-hmm.
But we all remember this last negotiation when they did actually do the holdout, right? You can pay quarterbacks $200 and something million.
They got a guy for him in an extra game.
But we're gonna tell you we only make $30 billion a year, but we're not gonna show you the books. And they literally broke without even being like, oh, well, we want to see the books. No, we're not gonna show you the books. We're just gonna tell you how much we're making. But then you see this quarterback numbers constantly going up and up and up and up and up. But then y'all don't even hold out enough to say, you know what? Show me the books.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see the books. So I know how much money y'all truly making. And now when you see these quarterback numbers going up because they know the value of the position, those books were probably way higher than what y'all settled for.
Yeah.
Way higher.
But they got to gospel him, though. Don't forget, they got to gospel him.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's the saddest part is that the NFLPA, literally, you guys are the PA in one of the highest grossing leagues, and you guys have the weakest union because you guys. And I'll go even further. The main problem with the NFLPA is because one, their contract's not guaranteed, and they don't say their money to sit out a year.
Yeah,
they don't
have lifetime medical, man.
No,
how do you not have lifetime medical?
No. And then you give up
lifetime medical.
And then you give up like the farm for like peanuts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh yeah, we want franchise tags and we want all this other stuff. What do you guys want? We don't want to practice every day. We want to practice. Like
You got to put on special made padded helmets in practice.
yeah, like we want to not wear. We want to wear shorts to hitting days now, and we don't want to hit every day. And you know, you guys literally gave up y'all lives for peanuts. And it's like the owners would be like, you know what? We're gonna cap you. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this and do that, and we're not gonna show you the books. And what do you guys want? We want this free T-shirt that has our name on the back.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's like the NFL saying we make 30, they make 70.
They have a lifetime medical in the NHL. Okay,
Yeah.
they have lifetime medical in the NHL, and that damn league craps on their players constantly.
Oh, yeah,
And they got
Yeah,
lifetime
NHL players make $17.50 an hour, but they got better benefits though.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know what? I'll even go further. Russ came in the league. He came from MLB. MLB, they say they going on strike. They on strike. If they say they sitting out a year, they sitting out a year. If they come to the year, and when Russ came into the league, he had a MLB agent, and he said, I want a fully guaranteed contract. And they say, what do you mean fully guaranteed? We don't guarantee nothing around here. And he's like, no, I come from baseball. You're gonna fully guarantee this. And now you're starting to see it move to some of these fully guaranteed contracts, but you're only seeing quarterbacks getting fully guaranteed.
Correct.
Everybody else ain't getting fully guaranteed. But it's the fact of the matter is that they are not willing to make that sacrifice because they see what these numbers do. I'll even go further. And because I'm not a big Cowboys fan, I would have been like, no, pause this. We going back to the table. We're doing COVID, and Jerry Jones is sitting on his $80 million billion gazillion dollar Richie Rich's yacht over here, selling around the world. I'd have been like, no, time out. We going back to negotiate.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. Yeah, I mean,
they could have done. Go ahead,
but they not.
No. You start. I'm saying that it's weird that these quarterbacks are making the sustained amount of money, and yet we can't take care of the players. You got running backs, like I said in the chat, making pennies on the dollar, and the players union is about as soft as Baby Sherman right now. But they want to protect the players, though. They want to, stick up for the players and play players' rights and this, that, and the third. They don't give a damn about the players. Let's keep it a whole bug. They don't care about the players. Final thing before we get out of here, gentlemen. The WNBA season kicked off today. I'm sitting here on my iPad right now watching the Aces and the Mystics play. I sat here and watched Caitlin Clark's debut. There's some other games that are playing right now. We talked about a lot of women's college basketball on this very show. Talk to me, man. Anybody interested in watching the WNBA this year, or just going to be, the week and a half of Caitlin Clark, and then we're going to go back to not talking about it? Talk to me, Barry. How you feel?
No, I mean, I'm going to check it out. I'm going to check it out because I think the hype is there. I think the rookie class is really good. Outside of Caitlin Clark, you got a lot of good players. The Chicago Sky got two good players. Angel Reese probably is going to get that Rookie of the Year. So, and Kelsey Plum. Lord have mercy. Jesus.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. What? I'm channeling my inner dad. My dad, Larry Jordan Sr. Rest in peace, my father. You gotta listen. Caitlin had a struggle, man. She had a bad game, man. 10 turnovers. So
10 turnovers, man. 20 turnovers.
But the Caitlin Clark effect is real. Sold out that arena for the first time since their inaugural season in Connecticut down at the Mohegan Sun. So she put butts in seats. I'm sure like everywhere she's gonna go, they're gonna have to get a bigger arena for her. They will sell it out because it's Caitlin Clark. They had the WNBA. They had ESPN coverage there. I mean, they had to shell out 170 credentials for that game. So the Caitlin Clark effect is real. So just because of that, you're going to want to watch, and I'll pay attention.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this all pans out. Go ahead, Champ. Talk. Go ahead, Champ. Talk.
I've been watching WNBA for years. I go all the way back to Teaspoon. Okay.
Oh yeah, Teresa Witherspoon. I love that girl.
I hated the Comets because we could not beat them. We get the finals and play the Comets and lose. Couldn't stand the comments. Still can't stand them.
Tough.
And that's one of the
How you gonna hate on a
greatest
team that don't exist no
collections
more,
of
Chandler?
talent
They
in
don't
pro
exist
sport.
anymore.
I still hate them. Okay, just to be clear.
That's tough.
But
That's
that was
tough.
one of the greatest collections of talent in sports. Men, female, whatever. Those Comets teams, you want to talk about super teams. Man,
Cynthia
listen.
Cooper, Cheryl
Man,
Swin,
listen.
Tina Thompson. Talk to me, man. Talk to me
Listen.
nice. Talk to me nice, Chandler.
But, this season is going to be fun because the rookie class is amazing. Now, I hate that Cardoso got hurt, but I think Angel Reese going to average a double-double. I think Angel Reese getting Rookie of the Year just like Aaliyah Boston did last year.
Yeah.
I think Caitlin Clark's going to struggle. Her numbers will be there, but she's going to be a volume shooter. You know what I'm saying? She's going to have to take 30, 35 shots to make 25 points this season. She'll get better, but I think this season the shine is going to come off, but she's a cash cow for them. I mean, they magically came up with all of the money for charter flights now that she's in the league. For
You noticed
years.
that, right? You
Okay,
noticed that.
WNBA. I'm just saying, we ain't got the money. We ain't got the money. Okay, the car got drafted. Oh, I was under the couch cushion. I had to find $10 million. Who knew it? You know? But this season is going to be, listen. Plus, we got Aces trying to three-peat. Okay. Aces just got a signature shoe for the first time in 22 years.
Yeah.
A female athlete getting a signature shoe. Or a black female athlete getting a signature shoe. Let me be clear. All right. So, and the Aces roster is loaded. Grinder's hurt again. But that Phoenix Mercury team, listen, don't sleep on them.
I love them.
You know, listen.
Natasha
it's
Cloud
going
from
to
the Mystics. Diana Taurasi's back there.
Yes.
Brittany Griner when she comes back. Yo, I'm
Yes.
talking. It's gonna be fun to watch. It's gonna be fun to watch. I love Natasha Cloud. I love Natasha Cloud. That's my wife's favorite player. She used to be here with the Mystics last year. Went to a couple Mystics games, so she fell in love with Natasha Cloud. But that Mystics team's gonna be tough. That Mystics team's gonna be tough.
And the
I see
beat them tonight, by the way.
Kelsey Plum. I see Casey Plum.
Yeah. She's awesome too. She's awesome too. She's awesome too. She's awesome too. She's awesome. Larry, talk to me, man. WNBA is back, man.
Now, if I can jump in here now,
go ahead, Steve, talk to me.
If I could go first, because Larry's gonna do what he do all the time. He's gonna be hypercritical of the WNBA, talk about the profits, and they don't do that, and who's watching it. Can I get in here before he brings?
Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead.
So before he bring the vibes down, let me get in here. Like like Chandler was saying, I've been watching WNBA the whole time. It's like I hate that, the comments are a thing of the past. Tillman Fertitta has been talking about maybe bringing them back and stuff like that, and I hope he does, fingers crossed. But the WNBA, they've had a hell of a day. It started out by announcing a new team. Big ups to the Golden State Valkyries.
Yeah, that's
dope. So that's good for them. So now we like you in a league that's not doing well. You don't introduce new teams. So like, good for them. So big up to the Valkyries and what they're going to be doing. Caitlin Clark's going to struggle, and I know all about that because of some entertainment purposes earlier tonight that I got into. No, this league is as strong as it's ever been.
Yeah.
We talked about this, off and on. It's just like I said, the league is expanding for now, and then eventually over the future they're probably going, because they have an uneven number of teams now, so they're probably going to add at least one more team here pretty soon. I think.
Toronto in 2026 or 2026 Toronto.
Yeah. So then you have that. So that the league is gonna expand. Like I said, I love it. The Aces trying to three-peat. That team is still loaded. They ain't going nowhere. Becky Hammond's a fantastic coach, and she has managed to be able to get all the egos out there to get along and play. And it's like I love what the Aces are doing. The Sparks, Cameron Brink, somebody to watch out for with the Sparks. I really like Chicago. I like them. I think they're going to improve. I think that's a good team. And of course, I'm not just saying this just to play to the crowd, but it's like the Liberty. Let's not forget who the Liberty, they're still going to be good. They're still going to be loaded. You know, they're the East Coast super team, you know, so to speak.
Yeah.
And the Liberty are going to be good. And I feel like what happened to them last year, they're going to grow from that.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised to see them right back there in the finals again, because I wouldn't. This could be, and I was telling somebody this last summer. This could be a Cavs Warriors type thing, where it's just like we might get 2 or 3 years in a row of Liberty, you know, aces. You know, because I just feel like they're the two best teams in the league. I mean, there's some other teams out there and stuff like that. But for me, you know, Liberty, Aces, and everybody else, other teams will improve. They got a good team down there in Dallas. As much as I hate to like big up anything down in Dallas, they got a good team down there in Dallas. So they'll be able to like make some noise, I think. But I mean, yeah, like I watch the WNBA. It's not like, you know, and I know some people, you know, hey, you know, Caitlin Clark. It's like, look, Caitlin Clark makes it better for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
everybody's eating right now. Everybody's eating.
You know, it's like people like, oh, well, this is that. It's like, you know, it's like, look, stuff like this, and Barry knows all about this, like with marketing and stuff like that. Like they didn't just decide like a week ago to give AJ Wilson a shoe. That stuff that had been in the you know, weeds and stuff that had been working to where they just announced it now. Nike didn't put that together in last week, or look at Caitlin Clark got this, so let's give AJ. They don't just give out shoes like that. They don't do that. You know,
I heard she's doing the clothing line and everything too. So
like Angel Reese is at Reebok. She's trying to do her thing over at Reebok, and I applaud her for that. She wants to be the face of Reebok basketball, and I'm all for that. And it's like, again, it's like Caitlin Clark is helping the league. It's like, I mean, it's just like, you know, we go back to Jordan. You know, it's like Jordan started like the other players were kind of like, oh, well, this and that. But it's like Jordan helped everybody else eat. He helped everybody else get signature shoes, and everybody else get this and stuff like that. And it's just like, you know, LeBron comes in and like he, you know, now these shoe contracts are crazy. He was the first one to get like this big, gigantic, like crazy shoe contract. Now you see Harden got the big contract, and West, you know, and all these guys are getting these big shoe contracts now. And Curry owns half of Under Armour now. You know, so it's, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's like, you know, it's one of those things where like, hey, I love the Caitlin Clark effect. You can call it what you want to. It's like she putting food on everybody's plate. You know,
that's right.
So it's like, so Larry, I'll let you go and tell me about like, the profit margins and, you know, the sinking ratings and stuff like that.
But before we get there, Diana Taurasi is so damn good.
She's fantastic.
I love her so much.
Up close.
I love her so much.
At a Mystics game, funny enough, like, man, she just, to see her play, you know, in person, like that woman is cold.
She's clutch. All right, go ahead, Larry. Talk to me, man. Let me put let's put something on our brain real quick. Put something on our brain real negative. Go ahead.
No, man. I'm not the negative guy, you know. And you know, hey, look, I'm just gonna keep it like this, right? And I will tell you this, Chandler. You got to give much respect to those Comets teams, man. I hope they come back. You know, I'll go even further.
I hope they come back right. I hope they come back right.
Well, the thing is, and I get it now. They're doing a lot of expansion, but if you notice, because there are so few teams in the league now, as they expand, their talent pool is going to be a lot thinner, and it's not going to be, you know, as deep as it is now, because you only got a limited selected roster spots. So
there's more good women players now, though, Larry.
Yeah,
pick 3 girls from Tennessee, pick 3 girls from UConn, pick that one girl from Stanford, and then like we got to try to put this together. You know?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, as we've seen with every league, as you expand, you know, of course, the talent pool is going to get a little bit thinner. But yeah, I'm not going to be a Debbie Downer like that. I'm going to say that I'm going to switch gears. I'm going to say that I like the Caitlin Clark effect, and I like what you said, because people are eating, you know, and I will go into the numbers a little bit that I do love about Caitlin Clark. She's selling our stadiums. The WNBA never sold our stadiums. I've watched games, and like I said, I never really kind of started watching. I watched the big games and I watched the playoffs. But if you look at the games, even playoffs, they would show the bottom half of the stadium because their attendance was low. So you gotta love the Caitlin Clark effect. People hate her and they say what they're gonna say about her, but you need somebody to sell out stadiums. You need the ratings to go up. They pay. You know, I wasn't being a Debbie Downer when I said it today, and I was like, the pecking order. they need to move up the pecking order. So now they can quit complaining about pay, because this is how all leagues get paid. They get paid from ratings, TV deals, selling out stadiums, endorsers.
Yeah, selling jerseys, selling hats, selling all that. Yeah.
This is how the league makes money. Steven dropped his phone on that one. We know.
Yeah, it's like,
Hey, but yeah, I'm not being a Debbie Downer. I'm just, I want to see it to the point, because we all know that the league has been around for a long time. The league wouldn't be here without the NBA. Now let's see what they can do with the talent to turn a profit, and these girls can actually start making money. And if Caitlin Clark got to lead the way, let her lead the way. Somebody got to lead the way.
But you know what, though, I remember years ago, right? And I was talking back and forth with different WNBA players on Twitter even before they really their player association was still just not even a real union. You know what I'm saying? And I kept saying to them, synergy. You got the Liberty in New York. Have some of the Liberty players brought first pitch, right? Have a Yankee jersey type deal. Have Aaron Judge at the Liberty game wearing the Liberty jersey. And then start selling those in Yankee Stadium. You get a small percentage, okay? They're going to keep the line shit. All that stuff they're just now starting to do. People were telling them to do this 15 years ago.
No.
Because most of these are in markets where they had a major sports franchise. If you have synergy with that franchise, okay, you now bring in over the daughters and the moms of those.
No, wait, let me stop you right there. Aaron, when you find the report, Aaron, send it to Chandler so he can read it. Me and Aaron have read the report. I don't want to be the Debbie Downer. I'm being the positive guy, but you got to read the report. That's why me and Aaron was on the same page. So
what I'm saying is, I'm going to say this. Could have been more synergy years ago, and they chose not to.
No. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm gonna just say we're gonna get it for you to read, because it's a really interesting read. And I'll say this: I did actually watch the first half before the Knicks and everybody else started playing. I did watch the first half of that game for Caitlin Clark, and you go to first pick, you don't go to the best team, and we all know that. We know, Leah Boston, she had an amazing year last year, but you don't be you're not the first pick on the best team. That's not gonna happen. And I think she's gonna struggle a little bit, because what I'm noticing, just even from that first preseason game and even from this game, they're defensively scheming against her and not Aaliyah Boston. They're literally leaving other players wide open underneath the goal. And yeah, she did make some bad passes, and she's getting settled in, but she's gonna have to face a defensive scheming against her every single game. That's the reason why I don't like LeBron, because LeBron has 4 of the All-Star players, so you can't defensively scheme against him. but Caitlin Clark, they're scheming to stop her, and what's even going to happen? Either her scoring is going to go down and her assists are going to go up, or they're going to have to find a way for other players to step up to get her better shots. But she's
got to move her off the ball. You got to move her off the ball. You got to move her off the ball.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, who's going to handle the ball then?
Well, Erica Wheeler is a good point guard. They have good point guards on the internet.
That's what I'm
saying.
Have
good point guards. So
you're going to have to
run her off screens, or you run pick and rolls with her and Leah Boston. That's the coaching issue.
But they ran a couple of plays like that, and them girls they're doubling Caitlin. I guess that's the play. No, I'm talking about defensively. Because even when they was doing the outbounds, it was still 2 players going with Caitlin Clark. And they was like, no.
That's a coaching thing. If you see this as a coach, your job is to adjust your game plan and get these other players.
Once Coach Lisa come in there, they'll get it together, man. That lady just biding time. She looking at houses.
Yeah. Oh, blooters. Yeah.
Hey, well, once they get another number 1 pick or something like that, maybe they'll get that girl from UConn to come over there and play, and she can bring the ball up.
That'd be stupid. That'd be stupid.
Hey, maybe they'll.
But no. Angie Flood's a better passer than Paige.
Yeah. I like Flood too. But I will say this. You know what I'm saying? If Indiana gets the number 1 pick this year, it's going to be Paige Beckers. I'm just gonna let y'all know that.
Yeah,
Or
Yeah,
Juju
yeah,
goes
but
out.
like I said, that's what I think.
Knicks are up by 30, just in case anybody was asking.
Struggle.
I mean, the
Hey, Brunson,
picture.
the game is Brunson's still playing.
No,
Brunson's out. Brunson's out.
That ain't up. Okay, you up 3-2, so it's gonna be a 7-game.
Bing bong,
It's
Oh
gonna be a
my God, I
7-game
hate this
series.
so much. I hate that so much.
bing bong. I love you, Chandler.
It's
gonna be a
embarrassing
7-game
as a New Yorker to hear people do that. It's embarrassing.
No, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Go
God.
New York, go New York. Go
With that
New
being
York.
said, gentlemen,
Thank you.
I'm gonna let you guys get out of here tonight, man. Chandler, thanks for coming by, kicking it with us, man. Give us a plug in the close up and shut it down.
A lot of fun as always, man. I get to yell at Barry, get to mess with Steve about his entertainment things. Dude, you're gonna start listening to me, bro. That's all I'm saying. You're gonna start listening to me, man.
No.
All right, because I'm gonna line your pockets if you listen to me. I told you this morning. I told you this morning, right? I told you this morning.
You did.
I see the reason I don't do that is because when I do it, I lose. If I tell you to do it, and Barry knows this from the playoffs, trust me. Trust on that. But other than that, man, it's been a lot of fun, fellas. As always, a lot of fun. Summertime is coming. Veterans, family veterans, friends of veterans, summertime's coming. This actually is a harder time of year sometimes in winter for a lot of veterans.
Yes, sir.
Because start seeing all the stuff that you don't do anymore or used to do and don't know how to do and unsure how to get out there and do it. The first step is hard, but just take the first step. Worst thing that happens, it turns out exactly like you thought it would. Then you won't be disappointed. If things gonna suck and it sucks, you won't be disappointed. Right? So all you can be is pleasantly surprised. But 988, option 1, it's not just suicide, even though 22 veterans commit suicide a day. But have to call somebody, talk to somebody, get the hell out the house and do something. If all you do is walk around the block for 10 minutes, you can do anything for 10 minutes. Say yes to life, everybody. Have a good night, fellas.
Thank you so much, Chandler, man. I never forget, I never not shout out, that situation. Y'all know me pretty well, man. My wife's a veteran. I got veterans around me, man. Salute to all of them. We don't understand the secret battles that they fight, that they deal with, man. So again, 22 veterans, take their own life a day, man. We need to get that number down to 0. So, if you know a veteran, reach out, give them that number. Again, as Chandler always says, say yes to life. Black Zach in the building, man. Give me a plug in the close up and shut it down. Oh, by the way, my dog, I'll be out your way this weekend. We need to link up. I'll be out your way this weekend.
Yeah. We'll see what's going on with that. So look, guys. I'm gonna say a lot of words that y'all don't know what they mean, but hopefully somebody out there would know what this means. Once again, with a chance to maybe show some gumption, show some some gall. Tottenham Hotspur, let's Man City pretty much secure the Premier League for a third year in a row, unprecedented, never happened before. It's like, it's just the Spurs are just they're just a disappointment. They have the best stadium in the Premier League. They have one of the richest owners, and yet they do this every year. And it's like it would suck to be a Spurs fan. I was locked in on that earlier with the old football. Be that as it may, guys, every time I get a chance to come in here is great. I love it. Make sure y'all rocking with us. Make sure you share the link if you see the link. So that's very important. It's like get us out there. If you see the link, share the link. That's gonna be my new thing. If you see me post the show, you post the show. If you see Sirius post the show, post it again. We get this thing going. You know what I'm saying? So I love it here, guys. I love you guys. We go back and forth, but it's like I say, I don't argue with anybody about anything. I love the debate. I would talk with people who I trust, who I know will listen to what I say because I'm listening to what they got to say. And that's what we do here in the boardroom. We go back and forth. We kid, but it's like, man, look, everybody know ball here, So
Yeah.
it's one of those things where I love it. Every time I come in here, it is a privilege and opportunity to get the chance to do something that I love, talking sports with people who know how to talk sports, and as always, God is good
All the time.
water is life. Make sure y'all stay hydrated out there, especially as summertime is coming along. It's just, my people down in Texas, so many people die every year because they just not hydrating properly. I want to get serious real quick. I say that because, my cousin, she literally died because she was dehydrated. Not drinking enough water, had just got, just not staying hydrated and got COVID and died. So that's why I say water is life, y'all. It's just a glass of water, a bottle of water here and there could just do so much for your well-being. So I'll say that. And of course, I got all serious to end it with Wu-Tang is for the children. I see y'all.
Peace. Yes, sir. Thanks so much, Steve, man. Pleasure sharing the space with you, man. Larry, you know what to do, man. Give me a plug in the close out and shut it down, my guy.
Yo, man, I got to echo on what Steve said, man. It's always, wonderful coming in here. We talk crap to each other. Sometimes we don't always see eye to eye on stuff. I'm gonna throw Steve under the bus. Aaron know where I'm going with this. I gotta tell him Hail Hydra. This this conversation started on a chat, but yeah, Steve is a Hail Hydra over here, but I will say I definitely agree with Steve on the water, because in Houston it definitely gets very, very hot. But yeah, I'm not gonna keep this too long. I'm just letting y'all know that tomorrow I'm gonna put in the official name change to LeBron James III. I'm gonna sign a 10-day contract, and I'm gonna sign for $203 million. I'm not taking a penny less. I'm just letting you know that
now. I hate him.
See
Get off my line, boy.
Your nearest NBA arena, LeBron James III. Peace.
Larry the big dog. I hate him so much. Larry, you a cornball. Villain, you know what to do, man. Give me a plug in the close up and shut it down, my guy.
Yeah, listen, man. Great show. Love doing the show with you guys, man. This boardroom is cooking. It's popping, man. I love doing this stuff with you guys. It's just.
We are the New York Knicks. 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 Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go.
Yeah, I had to do it. I had to do it. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Bing, bang. Let's go, baby.
Oh, my goodness.
But I'm just clowning, man. But listen, it's a great show. Love talking sports with you guys.
Yeah.
Love arguing with you guys. It's always a lot of fun. It's always in love. Love you guys. Yeah. I'm out, man. New York in 6. We going to Indiana. We taking them out. We got your mean mug for you.
Y'all winning this one in 7 if y'all want it. With that being said, man, it's a privilege and a pleasure to do this with you guys on a weekly basis, man. I give honor and respect to those that have paved the way for me to do this, man. Give honor and respect to those that are making this possible through partnerships, man. Shout out to my guys over at Nonsense and Deep Thought, man. I be partnering with them. I'm actually going to be in Philadelphia with these guys the end of June doing an event, man. So shout out to them. For linking up with me, man, my man Jared, Corey, Aaron, Justin, and all them guys, man. Looking forward to sharing the space with you guys. Shout out to everybody who's been rocking with us, man. Sharing the link, listening to the replay shows on YouTube, Facebook. I want to publicly shout out my man Villain. He and I, put this thing together. And we're about to do some big things, man. We got a clothing line that's about to drop. Some other stuff, man. So be on the lookout for that, man. Again, it's not about what you know. It's about the partnerships and those people that you can take with you along the journey and keep an open mind, man. Sometimes they may know something that you don't know. So with that being said, man, it's a privilege and a pleasure. With that being said, God bless. Catch you on the